Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. How y'all doing? How y'all are? Those of you who are going to watch this replay, I hope you're doing well. I have a ton of stuff to go over. Don't know how long we're going to go. Going to try to keep about 30 minutes today. But past 24 hours have been extremely interesting. So we'll see. We'll see how much we get done. No set breakdown today. Spent this morning writing a bunch of notes down, and then, good Lord, the amount of content that's coming out and news that is coming out of the uh, industry, hobby, whatever you want to call it, is absolutely ridiculous to try to keep up with. Um, I'm copying the link to share with y'all. Bear with me 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Paste, enter. It's just insane how people keep up with the news and do everything else. It's crazy. And then to try to watch YouTube. So I'm getting about 20 to 30 alerts, Google alerts every single day, plus reading Sports Card Daily, plus doing YouTube, plus doing research, plus, trying to limit myself to an hour a day. Limiting that to, let's see, an hour of product research, an hour of content, an hour of preparing the show, an hour to just do research for product. It's crazy, man. It's crazy trying to keep up with everything. So that's why I am constantly behind on news and trying to share stuff. So it may get a little bit old and stale, but I'm at least going to share what I think is relevant, and I'm going to give y'all what I got. And as we go along, we'll go along. But I'm not going to delete anything, and I'm not going to not share anything that I don't think is, or anything that I think is relevant. But good Lord, the amount of content. What's up, John? What is up, Big John? From across the pond, Big John. Woo! I love that you watch from across the pond, man. That's awesome. Thank you very much. But the amount of news is sick. It is sickening. So we'll get it done somehow. All right. So no set breakdown this morning. Yesterday, I spent the entire day in educational mode. And what I mean by educational mode is I stumbled upon SEO recommendations and specifics, and only 2 videos that shared with me SEO tools and SEO, because SEO and internet digital and content marketing, digital marketing, inbound marketing, all of that fascinates me from a B2B aspect, or from a just a general, if you do X, Y, you will get Y. So all of that fascinates me to begin with. Then you turn it into now being able to share and how to run that eBay engine more efficiently. Then how do you use the file exchange and SEO, and then using file exchange to list faster with it. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks, I'll figure all this out. And once I do, I'll be absolutely deadly, because after watching those videos and running some experiments, I put 5 cards online yesterday, sold 2, 1 without promotions. So, and then this morning when I woke up, the other 2 sold. So, yeah, I cleaned up some recommended specifics. I added custom labels for the consignments, and all of the work that I did yesterday, the 10 hours, impressions, quantity sold, organic impressions, promoted impressions, Non-search impressions, total impressions, and page views all went up and went up exponentially. So everything that I said 2 days ago that has gone down was up. And not just the promoted, everything organically went up, which is the hardest thing to drive your revenue. So, but we have had with conversations with Bo during the summer about, or during uh, earlier this year, probably February, if I remember right, was stuffing the engine to make it run faster, doing 150, doing 80, doing 20 listings consistently. If you can do SEO and stuff 20 to 30 cards online at the same time, can you imagine how deadly you would be and how efficient you would be? Now, still, you got to find the right person. You got to find, not trending. And I believe that every card has a home, but diversifying your eBay store with not just Texas Ranger cards, but Texas Rangers, New York Yankees, Anaheim Angels, Tampa Bay Rays, just a strong diverse of of large market teams. For an example, large market teams like the Giants, the Jets, San Francisco, uh, Green Bay. What's up? That's money, dude. That's hardcore money. It's hardcore money, Herman. But let's turn that into a collecting aspect. If you're using your sales to generate cards that you want, it's different. It's completely different. I'll give you another example. I had my Topps Finest box um, out there for, I don't know, Topps Finest been out for what, 3 weeks? It's been out on eBay for 3 weeks. I went back and I completely SEO'd it last night. So extremely impressed with SEO and the tools that I was able to find, the tools that I was able to use. Using that more efficiently and faster. Let's see what happens. And I'm hoping that by the end of the holiday weekend, I will have figured this out, for lack of a better phrase. My problem is speed. I need to get faster. That means cutting back on social media. That means cutting back on news and notes, on the 20 to 30 alerts, and being less distracted. So we'll see. I'm going to get the file exchange from Bo. Probably going to be till again after the holidays before I can 100% figure out how it works. I figured out how to get the recommended. What's up, David? Going over pretty much what we talked about a little, or not pretty much, but a little bit about what we talked about last night. But if I can get that file exchange, work on recommended specifics, there are certain specifics that you need to adjust. That you need to adjust manually in the system. So I want to know, once I get the file exchange, I want to input 2 or 3 and then see how the recommended specifics work. Because if the file exchange won't populate the fields properly, then does the file exchange tool become null and void? Because eBay is going to force you to add certain recommended specifics before the tools actually, before they don't stop or hold the listing. But what I'm finding is for certain recommended specifics, you're not generating the traffic that you need. So I want to see how that interaction works as well. Once that interaction, I figured that interaction out, then can you, how does that work? So there's a lot of questions that I have integrating file exchange, but using file exchange to put 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 cards online consistently, or putting stacks of cards all of the same very quickly, instead of spending 8 hours, if you could do it in 2, you become a lot more efficient. That in turn runs so how does all that come into play? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but we're gonna do some analytics. We're gonna do some of that, and then probably, I'm hoping the end of July is my target. I'm gonna do a live StreamYard video in walking through how some of this works, and I'll do it one night. I'll go online one night. It'll probably be a Wednesday night. A Wednesday or Friday, or it may end up being even I can't do Friday night. Friday night's date night. It may be a Saturday night that we don't have anything planned. I may go live, and it's going to take probably, I'd say, 45 minutes live to share from start to beginning and explaining and interacting. But it should be a pretty cool show. Once I'm done with that, I will be going live more often. Okay, so on the unopened side, I sold my finest box. Top Series 2 that I purchased from Tops arrived. We're going to open that. We're probably going to open that we'll probably open it Friday night after we get done with date night, or over the weekend. But I'm opening this box. I want to open this box. I can't wait. Let's see. That's their Stadium Club is scheduled to arrive Friday. I'm 50-50 on opening up a box, but I might. I know I'm kind of interested. I did see where Stadium Club retail hit. It hit on Tuesday, so that was fun to find out. But as I'm finding out through learned experience, that's a consistent. Rumor has it that Stadium Club will hit Tops on Friday, so that will be interesting to see who can nab that the quickly before the bots get it. I bought 500 bubble mailers, and then I'm supposed to get with another gentleman to get more bubble mailers, but I should have a case of 500 bubble mailers. Plus, I should have bubble mailers coming out of every area of this house. Luckily, I got a second bedroom to put stuff in, but that'll be nice. I'll probably open that up and share some of that. Nothing on the graded end. I'm trying to think if there was anything else unopened news. I can't remember anything, but no news on the graded end. The consignment areas, I have been adjusting listings, as well as entering new. Brain freeze. As well as entering new. I need to talk about lowering some pricing because some of the prices I feel are too high, and I'll share some data with the gentleman about that. We'll have that conversation, but I need to have that conversation because some of the stuff, one of the listings that is on consignment has the highest number of views in any of my eBay items, but it's priced too high. So if it wants to sell, it's got to we got to lower the price. However, the statistics on the listing is insane. Also, a little bit more about statistics. I know I'm talking a lot about statistics, but I spent a lot of time yesterday learning about what's driving traffic, what's driving click-throughs, and sorry, my brain is going a million miles an hour. What is driving traffic? And I did this you can do this on your homepage if you've got a store. Then if you go to listings, you can and then go to sales, or traffic, you can download a Excel spreadsheet that will give you infinite number of information if you want to dive into it as to what's driving traffic, what's not driving traffic, click-through rate. You can learn a lot about what is making the engine go and what is stalling out listings. So I'll give you an example. I had a Clyde Edwards-Helaire card that is getting some traffic, but not a lot. I did an SEO search, and what was interesting is that Clyde Edwards-Helaire, most people hyphen his name. Well, when you search for the SEO engine, the highest number of keywords are not hyphenated. So if you did Clyde Edwards-Helaire unhyphenated, then that's something that everybody's searching. They're not searching for the hyphenated. You would never know that unless you did the research. So it's little things like that are completely adjusting what I'm doing. Also, you'll find names like anything with heritage in it. All of the heritage word listings that I have are getting outside organic listing or outside organic traffic. So that was extremely interesting to learn. So again, just learning different things about SEO and traffic. I went down a huge rabbit hole yesterday, learned a ton, learned about recommended specifics. Always search for common misspellings to find details. Yes, very, very, very much so, Herman. Nothing on the graded news. Facebook Marketplace, both. Thank you so much. I ran 3 ads after I adjusted the listings for SEO. I'm then running 3 ads, the penny sleeves, my top series 2 boxes. Those are both running Facebook ads with 27 million targets within the state of Texas only. So very, very targeted ads within areas of the state of Texas. I was running a Finest ad, but the Finest box sold, so I had to kick that one out. We'll see how that runs. Cleaning up Facebook Marketplace and the t-shirt experiment. I think I mentioned this, but if I didn't, I'm going to mention anyway. The t-shirt experiment is over. I need to clean up those listings or delete those listings in Facebook Marketplace. I've got a bunch of t-shirt listings in my Facebook store. So when I get done learning about this SEO stuff, I need to learn about Facebook store versus Facebook Marketplace, and which is more beneficial. So that's coming. And how much do I leave on Facebook Marketplace and how much do I move to a Facebook store? I don't know. I'm working. I need to learn that. Need to work on it. But we'll see. This weekend, Saturday, going to the Kyler card show. I mentioned that yesterday. I am going to be looking for Bowman first. I am going to be looking for vintage. I want to look for specific vintage cards, and look for opportunities to collect again the Texas Rangers 72 sets and cards. If I find any of those, I'll pick those up. If there's anything that you want me to look for while I'm at the Texas Card Show or at the East Texas Card Show, let me know. I will be more than happy to look. And that's what I got on the business front. As far as news and notes, again, not a lot, but we had a little under 10 minutes, so we're running about on time. If you noticed, there was a football player, Nassib, that came out as gay. All right. He now has the top selling NFL jersey after coming out gay. I think it's pretty cool that everybody's supporting his decision. I think it's amazing. I hope that he didn't get too much backlash from it. Jesus believes and God says, love the sinner, hate the sin. But I love that everybody's supporting him and his decision and his coming out, and supporting him, because it wasn't. I'm sure it wasn't an easy decision. I'm sure it wasn't something that he did willy nilly, and he will catch some backlash on it. But I'm very, very happy people are supporting him. Vistaprint was named Washington football team's person of or official sponsor of printing for the. I know, but I thought it was pretty cool that it was Vistaprint. There's an article. I attached it to the chat. I'm also going to put it in the comments below. There's an article on Leo Lyons about his grandfather's football collection. He was one of the original founders of the NFL. Great article. If you love the NFL, you will love this article. I highly recommend it. The read is well worth it. It's taking this historic collection and maybe moving it to the Hall of Fame. I need to make a trip to Canton. Just to see this collection alone would be absolutely insane, just from a historical standpoint. And on that note, in Canton, the 2021 Hall of Fame inductees are going to sign in Canton. That includes Peyton Manning. So I think they said anywhere from $800 to $1,000. You get all of the Hall of Fame inductees, which includes Rod Woodson. Trying to think of who else was in the class, but it did have Peyton Manning, and Peyton doesn't sign very much. So Canton Hall of Fame inductees to sign. Elite basketball is going to be online only for the second year. Meh. I'm out on basketball, but I thought I'd share that elite basketball is going to be online only. I'm probably gonna wean off of basketball just because I don't really watch it. So I got enough going on. I love football, love baseball. They're my first two loves. They're my first two loves. Looking nub. So I'll probably wean myself off of basketball and just do baseball and football to concentrate on. So I will give basketball news coming up, but as far as like a deep dive, probably won't do set breakdowns of basketball product unless I can't find anything else. Part of my decision to help focus myself a little bit. All right. Last news item that I have like still 50 Google alerts to go through, but one of the last ones that I found was Topps total sales. So let's talk about this for a second, because I found it was interesting. So Topps total sales projection for this year was 740 to 760 million, a 30% increase over 2020. So let's go on the low end. 740, we know that they did 166 for first quarter. That's 3 more quarters. That gives us 573 million. Stay with me now. Stay with me. So if you take 573 million, divide that by 3, there's 3 quarters left. They're going to do 191 million per quarter on average. Honestly, I think that's low. They did 166 in Q1. You get a downgrade in Q2. Q3 goes up a little from that, but then Q4 you've got a huge bump. I think that projection is low. I honestly expect them to go to 800 million is my guess. I think Topps is going to go to 800 million. I think they're going to blow their own projections out of the water. And I didn't do this math, so if you'll give me just a second, 800 times 800 times I ran right up until 5 minutes before, so I wasn't able to do this final number. So I apologize for there being a pause, but I wanted to get this actually in. That means they're running on a gross margin of 37.4%. All right. So at 800 million, their gross margin is 299.2, so roughly $300 million. Dude, that's a lot of baseball cards, man. That's a lot of baseball cards. But I did that because I think it's fascinating. If they do 300 million in gross profit, that means Q4 is pure profit. Man, that's kind of cool. If you could run your business whereas you've got an entire quarter as nothing as profit, and if it's over Q4 that's all pure profit, and the Christmas holidays, man, you're cooking with gas on that one. And yes, I said cooking with gas. So I thought that was fascinating. I thought I would share that last tidbit. That's what I got for news and notes. I ran right up until the end. I've got 3 minutes typically for the show, but that's all that I had as far as for the show. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate all the comments. Like and subscribe. Let me know what y'all are looking to learn. I like this to be kind of our journey, not just my journey. I'm sharing what I'm learning. If there's anything you wanted to do, like the eBay show, I will share that show at some point in time, or I will do that show per Michael's request. So that show is coming, but I want to get StreamYard up and running, and I want to make 100% sure I can share that information live. That's what I got. Appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Like and share. If you have any prayer requests, let me know. I'll be more than happy to pray up. Support your local LCSs. Support your local card shows. Be kind to one another. And y'all have a great day, man. Thanks. I'm out.